How has learning and development been affected by the pandemic? What's the future of hybrid working? Let's figure all that out from an accomplished HR professional, Gauri Das. But first, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And while you do, ding the bell so that you're invited to every premiere that we have here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Three Questions again. Today, we are delighted to have with us Gauri Das. She's a very experienced, accomplished senior HR professional. But not only that, she's also an empowerer of women, a mentor of students, and a professional speaker. Gauri, welcome to the show. And that kind of diverse experience is so good for our viewers. I'm going to start with the first question about your being in HR. And I want you to tell us what it takes to bag the number of awards that you bagged as an HR professional. It's really impressive. How do people actually cultivate their mindsets to get recognized that way?
Thank you so much, Sandeep, for inviting me here and at the lovely introduction. The short one, but a lovely one. So I think you responded to the question yourself. It lies in the mindset. For me, the number one thing that I would say is important is learning agility and adaptability. We all had a taste of it during COVID periods, but for me, that has been ingrained since childhood. So continuously keep on learning. Say, for example, I did my psychology masters after 13 years of my experience because I realized it is important for me to know human being better to become a better HR professional. Likewise, a design thinking certification because now we know employee handbook is not for HR, it is for people. So when I design one, I must have people readily accepting it. And it's not about the graphics, but it's about the content appealing to them. It should come through
understandability.
Yes. So design thinking taught me that I have to look at the end user. So this is how I have been learning continuously and adapting to situations. That is one thing which definitely helped me. Second is positive thought process, the growth mindset. Because if you don't have a growth mindset, you will always look for problems. With growth mindset, you have solution-oriented approach, and that's what is required in corporate world. Not only corporate world, everywhere. But in order to win those awards, yes, that is one of the most important
Cool.
things.
Really nice. May you go on with stuff like that. And I love the fact that you mentioned learning as the first thing, because that's so very important. And now that you mentioned the pandemic also, and that you are in charge of learning and development at your own company also, I wanted to ask, how is the learning and development perceived in general across the industry post-pandemic? Are those budgets increasing? Is the importance of people being felt more by the managements? And generally, are we looking at an L&D revolution coming into the corporate space triggered by this pandemic?
Very pertinent question and very close to my heart because learning agility is very important for me even as a person. And yes, professional level, I am definitely responsible. So nothing related to the company, but the general trend that I'm seeing is it depends which side of spectrum you are. So during COVID, companies went through different cycles of revival and survival, right? So if you are in the revival mode and renew mode, actually, you are spending much more on L&D because you have understood that upskilling, reskilling is what is going to give you an edge. You can't keep on firing people. You will not survive. And we saw that the companies who took these short-term measures, wherein the first blow came and they fired people, their net promoter scores went down. Whereas the companies who sustained this challenge and they took care of their employees, not only in terms of no cuts, but also helping them with infrastructure, mental well-being, and overall considering them as a human being, the net promoter scores have gone up. So companies are really working hard towards this changing mode, and learning plays a critical role here. So even the leadership learning becomes a very important. So that is one of the key aspects for 2021 when it comes to HR professionals. Now, the budgets are, like I said, which side of the spectrum you are, and but how do you utilize the budget most is critical. Are you just going by a day's program because you have to tick, 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 finish your numbers, or you are actually utilizing it better so that your business gives you more power, more money in order to leverage power of L&D? So, do
Yes.
you say that you need more money because L&D needs more money because L&D has to achieve these goals, or you say that these are the goals, here are the gaps, and L&D can fill in if you give money? I think it
Hmm.
depends how you ask for it.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes so much sense that I wonder why we can't make a blanket statement that L&D budget should go up regardless
Yeah.
of whether companies are renewing or not. But
Yes,
but,
absolutely.
but I love the reference that you gave to the promoter indexes, and I'd love to share the link in the description of where they can access that report. If you could just send it to me
Sure.
some other time. And because it's so important to understand how the promoter scores are being tabulated, what is the mechanisms, and it's so beautiful. It's also very beautiful, Gauri, that you bring up the word renewal, because that's the book I wrote. That's the concept on which I run
Ah.
workshops. you know, and it's all about renewing the organization from within, one person at a time. At a mind, body, spirit level, because that's what takes up productivity. That's what then takes up customer delight, and that's what takes up revenue. So
Absolutely.
happy to have that little thought input from a professional like you. And I'm not stopping here. I want to also understand about this pandemic, how you're looking at the pros and cons of it. I know you are a resident of Bombay, and there is a lot of traveling that you do on the odd days that you're now going to office. But what are the upsides? What have been the downsides? And how can we look at the hybrid work environment? You know, what's likely to be a good balance for both the companies and the employees in the future?
Another interesting one, and thank you for bringing it up because there's a lot of debate on it. What is good, whether work from home or working from office? I think, like everything in life, it has both sides. So let me talk about upside first. I think you save a lot of time, and you rightly mentioned that in Mumbai, for me, the travel time is around 3 hours every day. When I say 3 hours, think how many times I can meet you per week, like for sessions like this. So
Not
I
just
can,
hours, it's the energy that you lose.
yes,
My God, it can sap
yeah,
you out. Hmm.
yes, absolutely. And the public transport is not so good also. So for many people, even the money spent would be very high because of the challenges in terms of public transport. And you rightly pointed the energy. By the time I would be home, I would be dead. I leave at 7:30 in the morning and I'm home by 7:30 at night. So there is no family life. We just say that we are a weekend family. So all these things definitely work from home helps. And at the same time, you can pursue some other hobbies as well. But at the same time, when you work from home, for women especially, if it is a large family, you have to cater to multiple family members. It
Hmm.
sucks you because it becomes very difficult to take care of both office and home at the same time. If you have kids at home, then also there is a challenge. And one which I am seeing continuously coming up in number of reports as well, that engagement is coming down because when you are not there near water cooler and having those gossips, you feel you miss on something, and that's where the emotional health also comes into picture. So when I'm not connecting with my people continuously, when my there are team leaders who are not connecting us every once every week, even if we are connecting, it's virtual, so it's not as effective. So that is the downside of it. I think hybrid model, like you rightly pointed, would be a great way because it gives you some time at home and some time at work as well.
True, I love that. But the hybrid model would still have to take care of the costs of real estate for
Yes.
the offices, which is not a happy situation. So maybe you've given everybody an idea to develop a water cooler app, guys.
Yes.
And, audio only kind of thing like Clubhouse
That
or
would be
something.
interesting.
That would help everybody bitch about on the sides.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What a lovely conversation that was. And viewers, if you're looking at how to, look at working from home and doing that with the balance, with control over your emotions, because as Gauri said, the family can sap you out equally well, then I would urge you to look at the book Renewal, because it's all about getting into mind body spirit alignment, and that is very empowering. So take a look, it's available on Amazon. Thanks Gauri for bringing that one up, and thanks so much for this. Viewers, before I let you go, remember LCSS: like, comment, share and subscribe, and do that. And don't forget to ding the bell so that you get notified of the next premiere we have on 3 questions. So here we go. Thanks. Good night.
Thank you.
Awesome.